Musa, thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome, sir, my brother.
Musa Kalamu is Ablekuma North Constituency organizer speaking of the National Democratic Congress, speaking to us this morning, responding to some of the claims being made by Annoh Dompreh. Annoh Dompreh on this. In fact, he went to Ablekuma North and said all kinds of things. And he says last night he had to actually ask his people not to respond. But in the meantime, are you ready to elevate your future? Do you want to work overseas? Unlock your potential by joining RadMEF International College of Linguistics. Gain the skills and certifications needed to live and work in Germany. Well, the course duration is 12 months, tuition in Ghana followed by work in Germany. Courses: German language, healthcare foundation, computer skills, French and English communication skills. They also assist you with travel documents and accommodation. To be eligible, you need to be a senior high school graduate with a WASI certificate. Costs: registration 250 Ghana cedis. Hostel fee is 2,500 Ghana cedis for the 12 months. German lessons will cost you $1,000. Pay 30% by April 20th, 2025 and pay the rest later. Terms and conditions apply. Key benefits for you: tuition-free training. Terms and conditions apply. Need-based financial assistance for travel. Application deadline is 20th February 2025. Visit RadMEF at Afienya Toll Booth, Shell Filling Station. Contact Dr. Magbo Dela on the following numbers: 0555 343144 or 0200 848431. Embark on your journey to a global career in healthcare with RadMEF International College. Let's speak to Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, who is Deputy Director of Elections and IT of the National Democratic Congress. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
I hope you're well.
I'm terrific.
Now that, first, before we move on, I know that yourself and Mahdi are still holding on to your positions, but your boss is now Minister for Defense. Have you then become Director of Elections and IT?
Our boss is using the eagle eye to preside over the Ministry of Defense so that Ghanaians are safe, our borders are safe, airspace and the water bodies are safe. Just like how we're able to protect their mandate, the votes they've given to John Mama and the NDC, same that he's going to use the same eagle eye to protect Ghanaians so that we can have a sound sleep without being worried of any aggression coming outside. Also, be rest assured that we are still holding the fort on behalf of him. I mean, we are there. He's still our Director of Elections. He's still directors, and we are deputizing him.
Well, having said that, your work is not by any stretch of imagination done. One of the areas, in fact, for Ablekuma North, as we speak, there's Dowan, who is member of parliament for the area. Your party candidate was initially declared. Now there are recollection being done. And I'm sure you've listened to the comments of Annoh Dompreh, who is Minority Chief Whip. How do you respond to the things he said that you're trying to forcefully, you are using force to ensure that their candidate, who he said won the elections, is not declared, and has called for NPP members to attack members of your party in the constituency?
Very well. You see, yesterday, I indicated that the National Security Secretariat, NID, used to be called BNI, and the Ghana Police Service should immediately arrest Annoh Dompreh and his like for questioning. In fact, yesterday, after making such useless, careless statements, he should have been arrested and put behind bars. Because the gentleman threatened the security of the state by making such a very terrible statement that they should attack NDC members. We will not follow him to the gutters, but we issued a stern warning to them that, look, should they attempt to attack any NDC member, they will get equal force coming from us. Because we will defend our members. We are going to defend our members to the letter. No NDC member will be left alone if attacked. What kind of thing is this? Such a person is describing himself as an honorable member. I'm not surprised. You know, he's a fugitive. Annoh Dompreh is a fugitive. He's running away from the law. We filed a suit against him at Kufridwa High Court. The seat that he's sitting on, there's an election petition filed at Supreme Court, in Kufridwa High Court. He's running away from service. The bailiffs have been looking for him for almost 2 weeks. This man is running away from service, hiding on this parliamentary immunity thing that he cannot be served when he's going to parliament or he's coming out from parliamentary duties. So finally, we had to go seek for substituted service. Thankfully, we were granted. And then so the next sitting day, if he doesn't come, contempt of court, and he'll be arrested through that. So he knows this. The same thing Ablekuma, the lady, the MPP candidate, has been evading service. She's equally a fugitive. Yesterday, thankfully, we went to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court granted us leave to go and use substituted service to serve these guys. It is not only Ablekuma. Techima staff is included, Tema Central is included, Ablekuma, this thing, Okaikwe Central is also included. These 4 constituencies were granted leave to serve them using substituted service. And so Annoh Dompreh and his likes, I'm sure if they go and open their WhatsApp, they will see services being posted to them. And we are pasting save at the notice board of the Supreme Court and that of the Parliament, so that they cannot run away from service. You can't be running away from service and you go and stand by somewhere and say they should declare you winners. You have won the election. Election on what? The matter is being litigated, and we are not going to accept anything other than we should look at the 62 polling stations, because at our last IPAC meeting, which I attended on behalf of the NDC, the Electoral Commission made it very clear to us that they don't have original pink sheets for the 62 areas. They don't have. Even one, they don't have. The MPP, led by Evans, indicated very clear that they also don't have the pink sheet, that it was all destroyed. And we said yes, because of the violence on that day, we also lost ours. So they now came back and said they wanted to use scanned copy. They have scanned copies. And we said we are not going to accept any scanned copy. We can't accept scanned copies. How are we going to authenticate it? In any case, I can also design a pink sheet using a laptop, software, and design a pink sheet, put figures on it, and say it's a scanned copy. So on what basis are we going to accept scanned copy? We are not going to accept it. So we rejected it. So we go and check the IPAC meeting that talked about Ablekuma. That was the decision of it. So it came to us as a surprise when the Electoral Commission now turned 360 degrees to come and say that no, they are now going to rely on the scanned copies of MPP to use it to declare the result. That's why they are ranting like wild dogs all over the place. We are not going to accept it.
What are you not going to accept? Because so far I've seen you being part of even the recollation with the scanned copies of the pink sheets.
What our officers did at the lower level, they were not aware that we were in court litigating this matter. That allowed the Electoral Commission to go and do that for illegality. Did you see any senior member of the party participate in that kind of illegality? No. When we got to know, I arrived there and told them they should vacate the place initially. But because the NPP and their crooked electoral officers were bent on declaring the NPP people, they were forced to go through the process. I'm sure party members from the constituency who felt that if something was not done, these people were going to declare, as they did for Okaikwe Central and Tema Central, for Ablekuma. Hence, that's why they went and prevented them from the audits. Because the EC is becoming so lawless in the sense that they don't even respect court orders.
So, for what's the best resolution to this matter?
My brother, we are in court. They should come and face us in court. They should stop running away from the court bailies and stop ranting like rabies dogs and issuing threat upon threat. Look, we are a political party, NDC. We are not going to sit aloof and allow this rubbish to get away. That's why we are calling on the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and security to go and arrest them. Otherwise, if they don't arrest them, if anything happens, they shouldn't blame the NDC. The security should not blame the NDC. We as a party will defend our people. Now that he has issued this threat and is inviting us to come into to meet him in the gutters, we won't follow him to the gutters, but we will defend our members. We are telling him he and his life, they should try it. NDC, we are not cowards. And we will point it out to them that look, Ghanaians voted for the NDC just for them to have peace of mind. That is why they voted 183 plus members of parliament for us, so that we can have absolute peace in parliament to transact business. Because of their destructive nature, they gave them just less than 90 MPs. Why? So that they cannot even form quorum to do any business in the house. Should we not even come to the house? Right now, they are 88. If they go and sit in parliament, they have not even formed quorum. They can't do any transaction in the house. So why are they who allow this micro minority to disturb the peace of this country? And that's why I said I will write a memo to the Speaker of Parliament. If it is feasible, they should buy them laptops or tablets, the minority group, so that they will sit in the house and be monitoring activities in the house, in Parliament. What are they doing there? They are just being distracted for nothing. Insignificant number. They cannot add anything to that. So why are they worrying people? And he stood there and said, the next time, if they do, they will disrupt a government business. How are they going to do it? The only tool available to them is to walk out. You either walk out or boycott proceedings and all that. That is the only tools you have. If they bring any violence in there, and our MPs allow them, we will come in there. Because Ghanaians voted for peace. That's why they gave us 100. We will allow these micro people to disrupt any government business.
I see. You're calling for the arrest of Frank Annoh Dompreh.
Certainly. In fact, he should have been arrested yesterday. He made certain statements, categorical statements. He said they should beat NDC members. That's one. He also said the NDC banned the ballot papers of Ablekuma and another thing. That's another thing. He also dared the IGP. He said they are going to attack the IGP. If you don't describe this statement as inflammatory, what statement are you going to describe as inflammatory? Such silly statements made by an honorable member. And when somebody describes him as silly, then he runs to Parliament that they should call the person to order to come and apologize. He should be arrested.
Well, but you said you are in court. What are you asking the court to do?
To quash the decision of the High Court that gives the Electoral Commission the orders to go in and do that kind of illegality they are endorsing. Because that High Court decision was supposed to be, the ruling was supposed to be on this mandamus filed by the MPP. But the judge rather ruled the case as if it was an election petition. He went into the veracity of the whole processes. Yet nobody was cross-examined to authenticate the evidence brought by the EC and that of MPP. How can you just make a ruling like that? That is why we went to the Supreme Court to quash that ruling.
But does that not bring you back to nothing? Because if the Supreme Court quashes it, still, the seat will have been led undeclared. What happens to the seat then?
No, the 4 seats. In fact, there are 4 seats, not 1 seat.
Okay.
Tema Central, Okaikwe Central, Techimasa, and Ablekuma. They are all affected. We are chasing those seats. It's not one. These 4 seats, we are chasing the 4, not 1.
Okay.
We will make sure that we take them out. These 3 guys sitting in the house, we will make sure that they are taken out from Parliament, so that these noise makers will learn their lessons.
Well, Doc, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
I'm grateful.
Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is Deputy Director, Elections and IT of the National Democratic Congress.
So we are MPP ni mapa. Now we go to say MPP 4 and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Wa MPP ni no na yembu NDC ni. We are giving the EC 1 week. 1 week. 1 week, 7 days. The EC must come and declare our candidate as the winner of the Ablekuma election. If the NDC led by Mahama Yariga will not be reasonable, no matter as you say, Ablekuma North, based on all the evidence available, the winner, no more margin somebody to trust some, they will continue. They are not going to allow the EC to collect Asundia de Asunjamu Nebu Parliament. The IGP I against Obey Shahai na Nkofwe Akoswe di Nkwasiasam Etutua Samoa. We will continue to demonstrate.
Well, that takes us to exactly 38 minutes past 8. First, are you looking for an institution of higher learning to unlock your potentials? Look no further than Valley View University, Ghana's premier chartered private university. Valley View University offers undergraduate and postgraduate degree programs in the following areas: business administration, education, computer science, agriculture science, agribusiness, information technology. The three courses in health: nursing, midwifery, mental health. There's also development studies. Join a community that shapes character and provides excellent education. Apply now by visiting www.admissions.vvu.edu.gh. admissions.vvu.edu.gh for an enriching educational experience. For inquiries, kindly call 0509 703 052 or 0307 011 846. Valley View University, excellence, integrity, and service. SM.
You. Young call the same practical school. Open best Wasi Remedial Center. Ghana Hadia. The same practical school. Na say we near the bank. Echere. Memfoni enchre baby. The same practical school. The same. I don't know. One more experienced graduate and dedicated teachers. One more sign every syllabus and sign and quarantine control social na. One more actual. Carnation said the same kutu, the same practical school kutu. And vacation classes no more be a queen and SHS student Tomoko Umunya botre no more the bank, one more chiro, my dear. Ebi ao for opese odo ba eko na Wasi Remedial Center no. Within the Kowa, Quinian Elho Edmount, West in Obetro Atene Tekra, Ebi also Muna, Opesoko, na adult education, Odo Hujima, Ubitimi Akonado Wako Jim, Upeso Kocho Satu for GR Jima Tunisubia, the same practical school, Eddie Aquiniano Abba, Eddie Amount. Pacho, omo multiple branches across Ghana, Oshomo, Pukwasi, Ashaman Tema, Pram Kaswana Fisono. Awushi onsa ebetimi aka omo ewo Fred the same practical school mpanifo ewo ho atrofo iso na no pay men ko tu sika ngu ewo baabi awie chire no na kwada no wantimi ankotro eye exams no ampase ya papa banesa wa tu sika gu kra 0244 585902 0244 585902 and I say 0244 982428 0244 982428. That's saying or see the wisdom kingdom. Pacho yare ben ene hawo yare ben ene dunya. Menstrual pains and I say poor flow your bible so na ko fichira. Why asi be dwa wa wo so ane de ne mayisa. And I say usisi ene wachi na tayo ya. We bema umpaso agudie na nsen hu se abafo pa and I say poor vision infections bi ene wakwa kwotete. Yare bi ha obi afo ni chemo PC ba clinic hodie. Awarding him back clinic, Honudu Opa, your last stop, for Yaren Kobe, Yaren, or two asie at the amount. I fear Tremu was 7 to West African traditional and alternative medical award 2024 PCA bar and 24 born about say the most promising prostate disease treatment center of the year. PCA bar the Udruwa, Omo ultramodern machines, some the trained pedrian machine Yadi Dunya, and son of the Drube Kawa, Omo the account. Carnation is a PCA bar and natural and herbal. Uhwe PCA bala enkran ha Oni Medina Social Welfare Gate no ne die nimhwe sanso na Takrade so no oni Air Force Station Basic School no ne die nimhwe fra PC eba e wo ahomato fo iso 0540 740 740 0540 740 740 ana say 0542 995 997 0542 995 997 eni je sam say PC eba air delivery services Ghana ha ena afi no amanoni enyina PC Heba or say one time quick.
Hisense is best known for all your electronic appliance needs, such as television, refrigerator, chest freezer, and air conditioners. But did you know we have laser television, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphones, sound systems, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, just to mention a few. Hisense is the only electronic company in Ghana that gives you 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Visit any of our showrooms in Accra, also in Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Taksim, Obuasi, Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofodia to purchase any Hisense product at the best price. Hisense means best quality, best durability, best for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. You can always get in touch on 0302 55 0000 or go to www.hisense.com.gh. We are also available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Hisense Ghana. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Sweetness.
Yeah, bouncing me visa.
Nabani say.
Almost say mini traveling experience.
Oh, relax. It's the year. Menyo Boko Bahamas. Bahamas.
Hey. Na medenya visa.
Erko Bahamas. Wanji visa. Yerkaji enenywa.
Wow.
Yababa nenya travel experience. Bahamas. Sisiara. Mr. Tours and Cheap Tickets Limited will organize lovely tourist trip. Aqua Bahamas.
I will. Meko.
Lovely trip to Bahamas. Yeah. You know ya Accra to Nassau. Wachata flight numu. Offer 17th April. Kesi 23rd April. Packaging na ya $5,500. What ticket to a hotel? Ya new beach Bahamas. Ye cruise one sunu do messy. And you jeneba ya more. Love in Bahamas. To register and sign a 28th March aba. Call for reservation 0544 733 528 Anna 030 29 50072. Love in Bahamas. I say, my uncle blow.
Ghana, get ready to win big and live large with Mega Cash Lucky Box, the game where you could walk away with instant cash prizes. It's easy to play. Just dial *426*6# on all networks. Follow the prompt, pick a lucky box and reveal your cash prize. It's that simple. Win massive, up to 500,000 Ghana cedis. Don't miss your chance. Players all over Ghana are winning now.
I won.
What are you waiting for? Dial *426*6# or visit www.megacashluckybox.com and play on our web portal. The minimum to play is 5 Ghana cedis. Your lucky box could be holding that big cash prize. Mega Cash Lucky Box. Dial *426*6# and win instant cash today. Don't wait. Remember, terms and conditions apply and is annually approved on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Agriculture is essential for any society to feed itself. It plays a vital role in the growth of the economy of any country and its development. This is the platform that brings finality to all critical issues in agriculture and agribusiness in Ghana. On the Ghanaian Farmer Show, we do more than just talk. We resolve problems, hold stakeholders in agriculture sector accountable, and address all the key happenings in the agricultural sector, from funding, market access, infrastructure, policy making, and everything you need to know about agriculture and agribusiness. This show provides a platform that amplifies the voice of the Ghanaian farmer. Make a date with me and your money. This and every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. on Radio Gold 90.5 FM as we explore the full context of agriculture and agribusiness. The Ghanaian Farmer Show, business tilling the land.
been told. The station is gold, never gets cold. So just be bold, advertise. Cause here, you sell out.
MPP ni mapa. Now we to say MPP 4. And now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Wa MPP ni no na yembu NDC ni.
Yo, abusia kwa jenka talk wie no. Minority chief whip. Honorable member no. Ura Frank Annoh Dompreh. Ena odi sansem ne tudwa enra bre okopie mu e wa Ablekuma North. Se uye MPP ni na okoto se MPP ni NDC ni bi eko a. Se onfa dade da crowd de kopegepega na de ne bo se macho no. Na ekoboa MPP ni no na mummuro NDC ni no. Entabusia we the Ghana Police Service IGP dampare ne nipanifo mo like. Adin tokwa no peso de ba Ghana ha. Ghana so de yempentokwa. Yanko Kunun Ghana Limited for ho. Na yanko twetwen komo. Kunun Ghana Limited for nru kama papa. Me metimi de dance ne de akere sanse maso ahwe na me kanfo de amawo. Omo no di mo bibia ya ma me no mpanimfo ya papa no mpanimfo emrante so a mo performance no ewo fom ma sebe muni atenka obi bia ewo ne de ena no pe ma me ne mrante o manya mfrinhye du nwotwe a omo performance no ewo fom no entwetwe nkomo paacho wanya mfrinhye du nwotwe 18 years ade kona o performance no wo fom a obi bisa se 18 years hwe na nse enuane edidi nyina no wanye lucky a bo nse kwakura wuntimi nya ya na oda hosa Kunun Ghana Limited for drum de aba ne be buaw ama hoden na osisi no kotodwa sanya hoden ne bio na wonya san hoden de abra osimu wo na wo ko no enti Mr. Curing statement to their physical fitness. It increases men's energy and strengthens waist and knees. Ope Mr. Q adoni bi etimi ato a Ghana fene ba bia wo de wani kire wa msa betimi aka bi say ye pharmacy chemical ana se herbal shop bia wo feature obowura ho sempa cho mepe Mr. Q aduru a SM already go didi ho adanse esa mpe bi ato o box me fefe obi di amount na wakwa akoso ahwe ebebo apa kunu ndro no ma chiche bi fi ha de adanse fo no dos papa Mr. Q aduru mi bi microphone na mo nyina so me di adanse a mo amo beti obetimi afre Kunun Ghana Limited for me Mr. Q aduru na ba ewa homa true for 0244 139 176 0244 139 176 and I say 0204 139 176 0204 139 176 Pacho meka Mr. Kiwa emema Mr. Kiwa drone nyina boamo mom nsaso na monka say be a real man.
Well, thank you. We have to go over the phone lines and speak to lawyer Godwin Edwiji Kujo Tamaklo, who now has the mandate of the president to represent him at the National Petroleum Authority as the acting CEO, whilst the necessary rational, what do they even call it? The necessary steps are taken to make him permanent, so substantive CEO. Lawyer, I lie. Thank you.
How is Nancy doing?
Oh, Nancy is fine. She can hear you.
Where's the animal lawyer?
So right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Right in front of me.
Very soon we'll consider his appointment as the representation of animals' rights.
Thank you. I think what he wants is to be a lawyer for Akukon Kitty. So
fantastic. Now I'll go to the General Legal Council and get special permit for me.
Great. That will be very helpful. That will be very helpful. By the meantime, how are you finding a position at the MPA so far?
Quite a huge place. Quite a huge place. And the place is not to be calm. It's going to be challenging. But I think that we have the capacity to deal with the issue.
And so we're always looking forward to dealing with those issues. So, someone, yeah.
And I guess it will be is quite a huge learning experience for you too.
Yes, extremely. Yes, to that extent, I'll say yes. Because then what you're going to see is, a situation where you're having to have directors reach out to you. You have about 6 directorates with their staffs. You are dealing with an organization that has all staffs put together, almost 900. They have their needs, among others. And so you are having to go and deal with issues about welfare, issues about stakeholders. And the stakeholders, you have the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, you have the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, you have the Association of Transport Tanker Owners Association, you have Association of Tanker Drivers Association. Like it is said, petrol doesn't have legs. It is the tanker driver that carries it to the ultimate consumer. So you have to deal with all the stakeholders, within and without. So you just want to be fair to everyone. You want to, as much as possible, have an open mind on how to relate with all your stakeholders. You also want to be fair. You see, you are a regulator. The very essence of regulation is you want to be the platform that facilitates the work of the people you regulate. And so you want to be fair. Remember that the organization has functioning mechanisms or powers. You need to be even-handed as far as you're dealing with your industry people are concerned. So, Senna, that's how we want to approach the task ahead. Ultimately, is the overall vision of His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, his overall vision to reset the country. And when I met the staff the first time, I told them it's not going to be business as usual, and that we should all work to take the authority to the next level. Yes.
Well, I guess there'll be time to discuss in a bit more detail what you plan to do there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But in the meantime, a few things to draw attention to, and I'll come to the Ablekuma North thing. But let me start first with what is happening at the minority saying about appointment to the Bank of Ghana. They have gone to the point of threatening to report the government to the IMF. They are asking that Dr. Isiama should rather be prosecuted and not given the position, that he is unfit for it. How well do you know this case, and what do you think?
Okay. So once again, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Do you know that even before President Mahama became president, the Director of Public Prosecution has already recommended to Godfrey Adami to discontinue the prosecution of Isiama.
Really?
Yes.
Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP?
Yes. There was no basis for the prosecution of Dr. Isiama. whether in law or in fact. You know why the MPP decided to prosecute. And look, let me say this. I want to thank H.E. John Dramani Mahama for his appointment of Dr. Johnson Etiama. You know why?
No, explain to me.
So in 2017, the MPP started this smear campaign against John Dramani Mahama on this issue of interoperability. You remember that incident?
Yes.
Almost everybody was running away. And this was in the early days of the MPP. Dr. Johnson Esiama. I remember vividly, myself and one colleague, together with others, put up a press conference that Dr. Johnson Esiama addressed, debunking the claims on the interoperability against the then former president, now President John Mahama. The moment Dr. Johnson Esiama took up the action of defending and to say that H.E. John Dramani Mahama has nothing to do with that interoperability contract, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia took it upon himself to deal with Esiama. So it was a case of pure political persecution. Nothing to do with ensuring justice. Senna. Nothing whatsoever to do with ensuring justice.
You're saying that the prosecution was started to send him in response to what the defense he put up for
on the interoperability. Because at that time, nobody wanted, even people who took decisions were out faith. But he said, no, the right thing ought to be put out there. John Mahama has nothing to do with that. It was a decision from the Bank of Ghana. It was duly considered, and in their perspective at that time, they felt it was a good thing to do. The NCP then Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia never forgave Dr. Siama for putting up that defense because Bawumia was seeking to develop it through a different company. And so they felt that the only way out was to shut Siama down by putting these frivolous criminal charges against him. Senna, I am saying that the DPP had recommended to the then Attorney General to discontinue the prosecution of Esiama. And Godfrey won't have any of it. Because they thought by doing so, it would be an embarrassing spectacle. Dr. Johnson Esiama, that I know, is a consummate professional with self-respect. And so the then government conspired to teach him a lesson. Nothing more, nothing else. And you see, they are saying that, they should be going through trial. Who has said that? Is it not Gideon Boako?
Yes.
Was it not the spokesperson to Bawumia? So you see the connection.
Oh. So you're saying that this is coming from Dr. Bawumia, it's prosecution.
It's the same Bawumia orchestration.